Okay, so we are back this time with something a little bit different. We're going to show you and basically walk through the steps of playing a basic Warmachine battle. Once again, we have John helping out and myself. So yeah, we're going to go through generally what you would use to play, and then we'll go through some basic stuff here and see how many videos this adds up to when we're done. So the first thing that you'll need obviously are the actual models. So for the demonstration we are using the Menoth box set as well as the Kador box set. So yeah, obviously you need the models. The models will come with the cards. So you can see here we got your Warcaster, the Heavy Jacks, the Light Jacks, all that kind of good stuff. The other things that you generally need for us, because we use our cards in plastic, we use a dry erase marker. Easy to make marks on the cards, erase them, all that kind of good stuff. Then you'll need something that you can use for focus or fury, in this case focus. I have my little skulls here, but you can use pennies or pretty much anything you can find. It's generally, you don't need them, but generally a good idea to have some sort of marker to put up when you have spells cast, all that kind of stuff. Just helps to remember and whatnot. Also templates. Templates are a big help. You can usually get them in a pack together. These are the actual, this is the Hordes template set. So that's good. Some kind of measuring device, which is, you can also use the flame template, any kind of ruler, all that kind of stuff. And some dice, so that's basic that. Then a board of some sort. We're actually using a 6 foot by 4 foot board on this one here. And something to terrain. If you can buy terrain, make terrain, use whatever's laying around, really anything like that works. So those are the basics of what you need to start a game. Yeah, you think of anything else I'm missing?
No, it sounds about right.
So, like I said, we use just these 9-sleeve card holders. We usually have them actually attached to a binder, which makes them really easy to move around and read and all that kind of stuff. Other people use just little single card slots. Pretty much whatever works. It's good to just have the cards there. Whatever's good. And yeah, that's basically what you need to start. It's also good to have the rule books. So we have the Prime MK2. We've got the Menoth books, all that kind of stuff. We keep a coiled binder thing just in case we have any questions to ask for the forums later, that kind of thing. Yeah, that's pretty much what you need to start playing. So once you have these materials, you can actually start learning the game, which we will show next. So the start of the game, setting up terrain is kind of player's choice. Most stores and stuff will do it by each player rolling a dice. High dice gets to pick a piece of terrain. I think it might actually say in the book or suggest in the book that each player places 2 pieces of terrain, and then you can choose to place another one or not, or keep going, that kind of stuff. So usually when we're playing just casual, doesn't really matter. We just kind of place whatever catches our fancy until it looks good. So that's this. The next thing you do is you roll for deployment. So you just roll 6-sided dice, basic rules, and whoever gets the higher roll. See, I got a 1. John rolled a 4. So John will get to choose whether he wants to go and set up first, or if he wanted to let me go and set up first. So pretty basic. John will decide to deploy first. So deployment zones are really easy. Basic deployment zones for most troops and models are 10 inches off the board edge. In this case, because it's 1-to-1, he can use the entirety of this entire edge here, and then just 10 inches up. And you can see he just measures up, puts some kind of a marker there so he has a general idea of where he's going to be. So, obviously you can do whatever you want there, whatever works. The other thing to keep in mind is when placing terrain, once again, casual doesn't generally matter, but for most rules, any terrain cannot be in the deployment zones. So you just want to make sure that, the terrain is at least 10 inches up, so not too bad. But yeah, John is going to place his guys wherever. Like so, just using the battle box. So in John's Kador battle box, he gets a Destroyer, a Juggernaut, and forward Commander Sorsha, I think she is. So that's what John would do here. So once John is done deploying, I would then come over to my side here, measure out my 10 inches. So you can see roughly 10 inches, be about to there. So we'll just once again put a dice, and then more or less I'll be doing the same thing here. Now, the first thing you might notice for new players is that I actually have one extra model. That's because in the game there are several different kinds of models. I believe there's 4 to be exact. So as you can see, you have your leader. In this case for me, it is Krios. You can see him there. He's the one who actually controls the Warjack, and he's generally the most important piece of the puzzle here. To win most basic games, you'll have some kind of a scenario, and then or a caster kill. If you kill a caster, in which case, like I said, is Krios. For John, it is Sorsha. If you kill the caster, the games can go, but the jacks kind of stop working on that kind of stuff. But that's more advanced. But anyway, so you have a Warcaster, who is the main piece of the puzzle. You have heavy jacks. As you can see, for me, it's the Crusader. And for John, John actually gets 2 heavy jacks. He is the Destroyer and the Juggernaut. And then I have 2 light jacks, and there's different kinds of there, but I have my Revenger and my Repenter. So there's that. And if you come over to here, you'll see our giant wall of models. You have basic troop models, so just like squads, that's a squad of 4, that kind of stuff. You also have solos. You can see our Manhunter here. And those guys act independently, but we'll get into the more advanced stuff later there. So it just gives you an idea of what you have out there for models. So yeah, that's the basic of deployment. And yeah, so once John has deployed his stuff, and I've deployed, so I would just put it here, here, and there. John would then go on to his actual first turn of the game. Once we, everything was good and rules are set, John would get to go, and we would take it from there.